Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celese. And we are on episode 3 of season 2. So welcome, everyone. If this is your first time listening or this isn't your first time listening, please grab your drink, get comfortable. We're gonna obviously try some wines. We actually have a cool game that we're gonna be playing together, and then we're gonna be talking about Kingdom of the Wicked. Yay. And Jenny is actually gonna talk a little bit about book 2 of the series, just a little bit, but we're really gonna dive into book 1. So that's exciting. Jenny, do you wanna do your wine?
Yes. This is like perfect, and Mike picked it out. I didn't, with the moons.
Ooh,
right? I was like, oh, it's like you knew what we were gonna talk about today.
Right.
So this is 7 Moons. It's a red blend from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2020 wine. It's a red wine, so we'll see.
Good luck.
I know.
Me and red wine, I just can't.
That's bitter. I thought it was gonna be good. Like, it was sweet when it went in, and no, that was bitter. I'll try it again.
I can't. I try red wines and I just can't. I can't do it. So we've actually tried this one, this brand before. It's the Stella Rosa, but this is their Stella Berry, because we had the tropical mango one. And I saw the Stella Berry, and I was just like, I have to try it. And I love wines with a none of that.
So easy.
This should be our sound effect. Cheers.
Hope you like it.
Oh, it smells like strawberries.
Oh. Good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could tell. Damn it.
Stella Rosa. They're my go-to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you have to try all their wines.
Yeah, their tropical mango is really good. This is Stella Berry. This has to be strawberry or like yeah, strawberry, raspberry, and assorted berries.
Sounds delicious. It's not too sweet.
No, it's juice. It's mommy juice.
Mommy juice.
Mommy juice. It's really good. This is really, really good. It's
good.
Like a strawberry Jolly Rancher.
Nice. I won't be drinking my wine, but you know me. I've got my Truly.
No, it's really
my
good.
backup.
I know. My backup is water. I didn't even have a backup, so I was like, please be good. But it also says it's best chilled and to have it with fresh fruit, cheese.
Ooh, yum.
Or a spicy cuisine. And I could actually see that. Very refreshing. A nice little.
We should have a wine night like we did before with the girls with our little charcuterie boards.
Yes, we should. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially with all the snacks. You know me and snacks.
I know.
I almost brought some snacks in here, but then I was like, oh,
people were kind of weird.
Would hear me chewing. Exactly. So I was just like, no, I'll just wait. Because, after dinner, I always have to have something sweet. Anyway, get back to the book stuff. We're going to play a game. It's very tied into the Kingdom of the Wicked because they speak about 7 princes of hell and kind of like deadly sins.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a game.
We both have it on our phones.
Yeah, just so you know.
Do it at the same time. So
it's called Find Out Which Deadly Sin Best Describes Your Cold, Dark Heart. Ooh. I'm cold-blooded. So let's see. So the first question is choose your layer. And if you see, they have all these like different ones. Mm-hmm. I know one for sure is Ursula's. And these other ones, I'm not sure. It gives me very Snow White. And what's the one? Sleeping Beauty. That's what it
Oh,
is. We were
yes.
trying to figure it out before.
That makes sense.
But I don't know what that other one is. The one that looks like a skull.
I don't know. It
All
looks
right.
like it's hell. Maybe like a
Right?
Hades thing.
Maybe. All right, pick one.
Okay. Are we saying what we picked?
No,
Okay.
unless you want to.
Nope. Because then we'll know at the end what
Yeah.
we get. It'll be a surprise.
Question 2 is, what do you want in this life? Money, power, nice things, respect.
Money.
Power. No.
Okay, we're not saying it. I forgot.
No. Pick a poison. This is fun.
Okay.
What is your greatest fear? Really? To come in second place? To be unloved? To be poor? To be forgotten? That's deep.
That is deep.
Choose your lackeys. Who do I want? They're all kind of like ditzy, but
I don't know
know
if you could see, but these are the options.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of hard to see. Okay.
I picked mine. Okay. Which word best describes you? Flawless, intimidating, unbothered, ambitious, sexy, bountiful, desirable.
Okay. I'm going to pick what I have been told.
And
that's what I'm going to pick.
And that's what I'm going to pick too. Especially after, oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Did you pick the wrong one?
It was your bumbling lackeys failed you. Choose their punishment, and it made a mistake and clicked it on its own.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Oh my God,
listen, let it go.
It said, make them listen to Let It Go on repeat for 48 hours. Make them eat bugs until their seams burst. Shove them into a birdie boiler. Blast their little booties into the sky with your magic. Curse them with eternal slumber.
Okay, I got mine.
I can't change my. Why is it doing that? Okay. Sorry. Like if I click on it, it goes to like up really fast, and then I touch it by mistake. What color speaks to you? What's speaking to me? Violet, blue, green, orange, red, yellow, or light blue? Am I going too fast?
What?
Am I going too fast or?
No, I was waiting on you.
Oh. If you had all the riches of the world, what would you do? Spend it all in one day? I would show it off. Save it for a rainy day. That's it. I want more. Pay off all my debts.
Hey.
And then this one is choose a feathered friend.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm. What did you get?
I got Scar.
I got Maleficent.
Why did we get villains?
Because it's
that makes sense.
It's the deadly sin.
It makes sense.
Oh, and
so yes, I'm pride.
You're pride because you're Scar. I'm wrath, which is funny. If you hadn't read Kingdom of the Wicked, you wouldn't see that connection.
You will soon.
So you're wrath, Maleficent. Oh dear, what an awkward situation. Royalty, nobility, the gentry, and even the ramble should know better than to count you out. Let someone forget your invitation in the mail or leave your text message unread. They better hope they have a shield to cower behind when you unleash your rage. You better invite me.
No shit.
Just invite me. I'm not going to go, but invite me.
Your pride, so Scar. You are king, undisputed, respected, saluted. You're meant to rule the world, and if your birthright is not rewarded, you're not afraid to snatch it. Not even a little blood can keep you from the shining new era tiptoeing nearer. Long live the king. That's nothing like me.
No.
At all.
Or maybe it is.
Yeah, no.
Maybe. No, no, I couldn't do that.
Never.
But I am a little bit like Maleficent. I'm like, dang, they didn't even invite me. Fuck them. But then I'm like, I wouldn't have gone anyway.
You wouldn't have gone. No.
No, I like being home. Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
So, Kingdom of the Wicked. I have a little summary, little thing.
Okay.
So, basically, it's about Amelia, and Amelia is a witch, and so is her twin sister, and they live basically like secretly amongst humans.
Mm-hmm.
And since a very young age, like their grandmother has always kind of like warned them against the evil princes of hell. And is it Malgavi? How do you pronounce it?
What?
Their name, because I feel like they have 3 different names, which is like super annoying. So they're the princes of hell, they're the wicked,
oh yeah,
and then they're the like Malgavi or Malgavi,
something like that. I just stuck with the princes of hell or the wicked.
So she's always warned them against them, and she would always have them bless like these little charms that they had, especially on their birthday. They would always have to like do like a new protection charm on top of it kind of thing. But she never went in depth as to why. She just said like they were bad, and they're locked in hell, and we don't want them to come back and be amongst us witches or humans and cause havoc. And so that's basically been their life. And then one night, Amelia, right? Amelia, I'm saying her name right? Amelia,
yeah.
Okay. Because her sister is Victoria.
Yeah.
Not Victoria, Victoria. Nope. And her sister doesn't show up one night. And so Amelia goes out to find her. And spoiler, if you don't want to know any more than that, stop listening.
We should have warned, yes.
Right? I'm warning right now.
This is a spoiler
episode.
Not spoiler free. It's a spoiler episode. So we will divulge everything.
Yes. So she finds her sister dead, and there's been cases of these women showing up dead in her village, and their hearts are like clawed out of their chest or whatever. And that's basically what happened to her sister. But in the process of her coming upon her dead sister, there was like a man there, and he like drops his knife and he runs away. And Amelia automatically thinks he's the killer. And so she's out on a quest to find her sister's killer and avenge her and find out who it is, and she's going to kill them too. And that's basically the premise of the book. Now we will go into detail of the book. So I enjoyed it. I really liked this book. It was a little slow, but I did enjoy it. So basically she finds her sister dead, and she knows that her sister has been hiding things from her. And so now she's trying to piece some clues together, like remember certain things her sister told her. And one thing she remembers is like her sister would hide things under the floorboard. And she found her sister's diary. And when she went to open it, it was basically charmed, like she can't get into it. So she's asking, like, she's friends with another witch, which isn't very common, because ever since the witches kind of like disbanded, they haven't been allowed to really form friendships because they're scared they'll be found out, kind of. And so she goes to her friend Claudia. Is Claudia the friend or the aunt?
Claudia's the friend, so she wants to see Claudia's aunt.
Yeah, so she goes to Claudia so that they can try and break, I guess, whatever protection spell kind of thing that's on the book. Yeah. And they're like, oh, there's like old dark magic that your sister used. And this is where she's finding out that her sister has been kind of doing dark magic without her really knowing. And she's doing the dark magic. She didn't know about it. And she's just like, did I even know my sister kind of thing? And this is when she summons a demon to try and help her, correct? That was why she was trying to summon someone.
Right. So she wanted to summon a demon to get answers from them to see if they can open the diary or how to open the diary.
Yes. Because she knew it was dark magic, and she knew it was like a demon had to have helped her. So she was like, okay, let me try and summon a lesser demon to kind of bound him to me to kind of be like almost not a slave, but like help her. Like once you bind someone to you that way, they can't like lie to you and they have to help you kind of thing. But of course, she just doesn't get some lesser demon.
Of course not.
She fucking summons one of the princes of hell, and it winds up being Wrath, who I absolutely love. And even though like I feel like he didn't have like a strong presence, like a lot of dialogue, a lot of like, there wasn't a lot of banter, but the banter that they did have was really, really good.
Yes, it was.
And like, I don't know, he had a strong presence without really being present in the book, if that makes sense, right?
Half of the book is him being trapped in a summoning circle that she summoned him into. This poor guy, she's like running around investigating, meeting with like her friend's aunts and trying to figure things out, and he's stuck in this summoning circle and is only summoned or talked to when she needs answers. That was amazing.
So she traps him. No, but she doesn't just trap him and like he must have been like about to go to bed or something, because he's shirtless and like she can see like his muscles and his tattoos and stuff. And like he's like not prepared to be summoned, and he's upset. He's like, who has the power to even do this? He's asking her, give me the details of the spell that you use, because I need to know like how strong it is, what exactly you said. And so basically he's like, oh, this is a protection spell that the bound spell is temporary. Him being bound into that circle was temporary. He was like, I'm only bound here for 3 days. But the protection spell you use, he said, is for life. And then he also told her he wanted to do a blood oath or something. So that anytime she's in danger, anything like that, he would be able to know right away and show up to help her. And she was just like, I don't trust you, dude. We're not doing that. Yeah. And he winds up being the guy who ran away when she came upon her dead sister's body. So at first, she's ready to kill him. She's like punching him, trying to beat him up. And
she stabbed him too. She stabbed him at that point too, but she couldn't hurt him because
of the protection spell. Yeah. But what's funny is like I just picture like a little kid punching like and he's probably just feeling like little pebbles.
I know.
And then she finally stabs him and he's like, hey, you know, that kind of hurt. That's like when you headbutt one of your kids headbutt you. At first it's like playful play, and then they headbutt you, and then it's painful. So I just picture that, just a little girl going and trying to fight him. And so he's telling her, you know, this is a protection spell. I can't, you know, harm you in any way. And so they kind of not in agreement, but she's like, you're gonna help me, basically. Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna help you as much as I want to help you. Like, I'm not gonna go into details about like my powers or anything like that, or about my brothers or any, you know, that kind of thing. Because and we mention his name? It was Prince of Wrath, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So he was like, my kingdom, my realm, or my house is wrath. And he said that he has been in the human realm trying to collect a witch bride for his brother Pride, because Pride is bound to hell, and his curse is, in order for his curse to be, broken, he has to have a witch bride, sit on the throne with him. And obviously, the princes don't do anything for free. So he's not helping his brother just to help his brother. There's an underlying reason. And at first he doesn't want to let Amelia know what that is, correct?
Correct. He doesn't tell her for a long time. I think it's when because throughout this whole story, like between all of this stuff, she ends up meeting a couple of his brothers. So she meets Envy, she meets Greed, I want to say. So I think Envy is the one that tells her that he doesn't do anything just to do it, that there's another reason. And then he tells her that he actually needs one more soul to bring to hell, and then he can roam free.
Yes.
So that's why he's doing it.
He's only there to find these, potential brides for his brother. And he has to bring their souls to his brother. And he only needs one more. And then whatever curse he had, will be broken. And so he's kind of using Amelia, but Amelia's using him too, but Amelia doesn't know why he's using her. And again, he refuses to really let her know. He keeps a lot of things away from her, and that she later finds out. And I was like, oh my God. So,
he's a liar.
He's a big liar.
He lies about everything. Why do we like him?
But I don't know. He's just like, I don't know.
Like every word that comes out of his mouth is a lie or the twisted truth. Like there's something. Yeah. So we shouldn't like him.
Also lie within it.
Like talk about morally gray. Like he is like up there.
Yes. So she comes upon Greed because she finds a coin that her sister had with the diary, and she goes to like this hidden away like gambling den, and that's where she meets Greed. And is it Greed that she tricks, or is it Envy?
It's Greed. No, wait.
Because one of them is,
I believe it's Envy. Yeah, it's Envy because he's the one that ends up at her house.
Yeah.
So it's definitely him.
So she meets Greed, and Greed knows who she is because her twin sister used to work there at his gambling den. And he doesn't really give her a lot of information.
No, but we get a lot from that. Like her sister was a real shitty person. Like there was a lot of things that she was doing that she had no idea about.
Yeah.
And this was one of them, because she ran into Victoria's boyfriend's dad in this place too, and he thought it was her as well. Like she thought it was Victoria, and she was like, so what the hell was she doing here? Like there were so many things that she kept from her, and she could have saved her from all of this fucking trauma.
Pretty much. So she meets Greed. She also meets Envy, and Envy does not like her.
Not at all. And he calls her a shadow witch, which she had no idea what the hell that meant either. So many freaking secrets.
So after meeting Envy, he kind of puts a hit on her. And so it follows her home, and she's asking her grandmother questions about like, what's a shadow witch? What is this curse that, or prophecy rather, because this is where she learns that those horn necklaces aren't just like regular, protection necklaces, right? Am I right? This is where she finds out that, they're part of I think
her grandmother, well, she doesn't tell her then that she's the part of the prophecy, but she tells her that the amulets were the things that lock the gates of hell. So if they were to put them together, then it would open the gates of hell.
Right.
So that's why they're never supposed to they're supposed to keep them separate.
Right. And then when she's answering some of her questions, Amelia feels like a presence, and then all of a sudden there's a knife to her grandmother's throat. And then it whatever that demon kind of person is, they slit her grandmother's throat, almost killing her. And so she didn't get to finish. Sorry, I'm so congested now. She didn't get to finish asking her grandmother questions because obviously her grandmother almost just died. So then she knows that it's Envy who's after her because she had just finished speaking to him and kind of like tricked him, and she already knows he doesn't like her. She also met Lust. Remember that?
Did she?
Yes, because remember it was during the beach scene.
Oh, yeah. How did I forget that?
And she was like dancing all up on Wrath and trying to rip his clothes off. You forget that.
I know. There were so many good scenes like that. Like her lusting over him that were just.
Yes. So
they were so good.
In the process of her grandma, during the whole grandma getting her throat slit, she also loses her amulet.
Yes.
It gets stolen. So now she's like, fuck, I'm a shadow witch. Envy's out to get me. I still don't know who my sister killer is. I don't know if I can trust Wrath. So she goes to Wrath, and he mentions like this demon that's under. No, who tells her about the monastery that there's a demon under there? I don't think it's Wrath.
Anir. Right? His like. Wasn't that when she met Anir, like his right hand or like his
Wrath's right
friend or whatever? Yeah.
Tells her about like there's like a demon under the monastery or the church or whatever. So she goes there because she knows there's an amulet there. It has to be her sister's because when her sister got killed, it wasn't there. So she went and she gets there. She's able to get it, but she gets hurt in the process and like severely hurt, like on her deathbed. And this is when Wrath helps her. But in the midst of helping her, he like brings her to like a bath and he's like cleaning her up. And she only gets bits and pieces of what's going on. She knows that he licks her neck and he kisses her and he does like, this body heat and washes her and like all this stuff. But we don't know exactly what it means. And like, she hears people talking, but she doesn't know what it's about. And that's where Anir was there when that happened. So later on, when she finally meets Anir again, he's telling Wrath, you need to get your house in order and figure shit out. And
marry this bitch.
Yes. This is where she finds out that her protection spell or whatever it is isn't a protection spell, but a fucking like a
betrothal. Yeah. They're definitely betrothed to be married.
Yes. So she basically was like summoned him and was like, oh yeah, we getting married too. But she didn't know that's what she was doing, but he did.
He did this whole time. He knew.
He knew that, they were basically engaged to each other. And I think that's why he was really pushing the blood bond too. Because then, once they share that blood bond, then his brothers would know, like other demons would know and sense it. He said it won't fully protect her, but at least they would know. They were like, what did he say? He said it something like, they won't hurt you as badly or something. Like you won't be
something like that.
So basically that's when she finds out like some of his secrets, that he lied about the protection spell and actually this was like an engagement one, and that they are basically engaged. She also finds out about the souls, like him meeting that final soul. And I think this is also when there was something else she found out.
He tells her about the truth behind the whole pride thing. So like, or not the pride thing, what happened with the first witch. So in the beginning, her grandmother was talking to the twins when they were younger about how someone stole the devil's power, and I guess like the first witch, or pride took the first witch's firstborn soul, and that's why she took
Yeah.
his power. But Wrath is telling her at this time that the first witch, she was the daughter of the sun goddess and a demon. So she was a demon herself. And Pride didn't steal her firstborn soul. They actually loved each other. So they were together. And that first witch, the mom, was pissed. So she banished her and took her power away from her. So that's when he told her the truth behind it. And she knew he was telling the truth because there was no reason to lie. And the betrothal spell like caused him not to lie to her or something like that.
Like he can omit the truth, but he can't tell her like a flat out lie. Like he could go around the truth, but he can't like blatantly lie to her because of that spell that they have. But this is where she also finds out that like witches aren't just like good, but they also have like demon in them. Like they came from somewhere. And that's where that whole shadow witch kind of thing comes from too. Because it's not like, oh, you came from the heavens and you're like an angel witch. No, your powers come from us too.
And this is where her grandmother had told her about the actual prophecies. So her grandmother was one of the first keepers of the amulets, and that's why the twins have it. And the prophecy said that twin witches would be able to wear the amulets and it would signal the end of the devil's curse, and they would be forced to make a sacrifice. I'm curious to hear what you think.
Okay, so with the sacrifice, I actually have that highlighted.
Okay, good, because I have all three options and I know which one I think it is.
Okay, let me find that page where it says it so that I can read it out. No. Oh, how about when he calls Amelia his Amelia?
Oh, I know. So Lisa's talking about a moment where Amelia and Wrath are together, and Amelia had someone who she was crushing on before. He was part of the monastery and his name's Antonio, and in the beginning they were like together and friends and stuff. And he shows up when her and Wrath are together, and they were kind of like not bickering but being passive aggressive towards each other. And then he was like, my Amelia. I was like, oh, okay.
I love that. And even Antonio picked that up, and he was like, what do you mean you're Amelia? And this man had the nerve to go to her parents' house and was like, oh, do you know Amelia's out with this man named so-and-so? And her mom was like, who the hell is that? He ratted her out.
And I'm glad she said something. She wasn't just like, oh my God, no, but she actually said something to him like, you can't come to my house. Like, relax.
You can't be coming to my house, telling my parents what I'm doing. Mind your business. But I loved how in the beginning of the book, she was infatuated with Antonio, even though he was a man of God now. So he basically could, he like basically like a monk, like, he's not gonna marry or, be with women anymore. But you could tell there was like that underlining tension, like they liked each other. And then as she meets Wrath, how those feelings slowly dwindle and like she no longer likes him. And then, the kicker was him showing up at her house, ratting her out. Nerd. All right. So with the prophecy about the twins, there's three kind of like choices as to what can happen. So they say some believe it refers to the use of light and dark magic. Few think it means a prince will fall in love with a witch. Others believe it means one twin will rule in hell to stop this world from being destroyed. And then There are others who think both twins are meant to sacrifice themselves to save both realms, one to heaven and the other to hell. So I highlighted the one to heaven and the other to hell. So I think that's where I'm leaning towards, where her sister has to be sacrificed. Her sister was going to die no matter what. And, you know, but then now that I'm thinking about it, to heaven, her sister was bad. Her sister was doing dark magic. So yeah, that can't be it. The more that I think about it.
So I was thinking at first that the one twin will rule in hell. And I was thinking, okay, her sister's bad. She's doing all this sketchy shit. So maybe she did some kind of sacrificial stuff and that's how Wrath found her. So then we were going to find out that she really just like sacrificed herself and now she's going to be in hell. But then that can't be right because of what Amelia's been doing and what she's been trying to do. And then how this story ends, I leaned more towards the twins will sacrifice themselves, one in hell and one in heaven.
So you, okay. So
that's what I'm sticking with. I'll tell you right now, book 2 does not answer it. So I still don't know. I'm not saying it like, oh, I know that.
Oh, you know.
I read book 2. It does not answer it at all.
Does it answer one will marry, you know, have one of the princes of hell fall in love? So that was another one.
It is, but I feel like none of this is truly answered. I feel like there's a little bit that you could take from all of these options and be like, okay, well, this is happening this point in time. This is happening in this point in time. But nothing, I'm not like, oh, this is the answer. No, it's not. Book 2 does not answer it.
Because even the one to heaven, the other to hell can still mean the others believe means one twin will rule in hell to stop the world from being destroyed. So that can be 2 in 1.
It could be.
You know, like one is gonna, you know,
but to me that means that one of the sisters would just live a normal life in the regular human realm. And we know that's not the case. We know that's not going to happen. So
right. That's true. So where did we leave off? Oh no.
Okay, so we just talked about the prophecy and how what the twins were meant to do. So then she goes and she actually finds Victoria's amulet, right? So now she has both. She has her own and she has Victoria's. And while she's there, Antonio shows up. And they're talking and he actually admits to killing Victoria.
Yeah. So he's been the one that's been killing the witches.
Yeah. So he says that he's doing it because he's trying to rid everything of evil or whatever. Which is when he tells her that she is now going to summon the devil for him so that he can kill the devil. I don't know what in his like tiny little brain he was thinking. Like, he's the devil. Like, you're gonna kill the devil, really?
Right.
They're already dead.
This is where I get confused. So is Pride the devil, or is there a whole nother person? Because like Pride, or like this is where I was getting confused.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm getting confused?
Oh, I know, I get it.
Because
if you would have read book 2,
because
that would have answered it.
Because the amulets are the horns of the devils, and they were cut off. And then that's how the gates were closed. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then there's the princes, and then there's the devil. And I'm just like, which one is it? Is Pride? And everyone's trying to help Pride.
Right.
And I'm like, is Pride the devil and a prince of hell? Like, which one is it? Or am I completely wrong?
So, okay, I don't want to spoil book 2, but you do get some of these answers.
Okay, you can leave it like that if you want.
It's so hard because I I want to tell you, and it's not really going to spoil, but then you might start thinking of other things. So it might.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
I'm either spoiling it or I'm not.
Okay. Don't.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
But it does get answered in book 2, and it's really interesting how she played it.
I feel like it's like they change it up from. So I never was like, okay, so is Pride the devil, and he's trying to summon Pride, because that's what she winds up doing towards the end of the book. Is she's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself and become Pride's bride.
Right. Yes, you're correct. Yeah. So he asked her to summon the devil, and who shows up? It's Pride. So Pride is ready to like take her with him. He wants a wife. He's like, let's go. He's about to kill Antonio. She said, no, stop. I still have other things to do. So she goes back to Wrath, right? And then she tells Wrath she's finally ready to go, but she's going to sell her soul to Wrath so that he can take her to hell to be with Pride. So she didn't want to go with Pride. She wants to go with Wrath to be with Pride.
But she's tried to summon Wrath, but he never showed up, because remember, he gets cut by his brother.
Right. So she had no idea if he was like alive or what was wrong with him or whatever. So before all of this happened, what we just talked about, there was this huge fight. And then Wrath was killed or injured by his brother, Envy. Well, he's not dead because he's from hell.
Yeah.
So she was able to, I think she summoned him again when she went back to their like castle or something.
He showed up, but he never showed up.
But then she did see him. He did come right at that very end.
I thought when he came at the very end, it doesn't really say if it's him. I thought it was Pride that wound up coming.
No, so it was him, but she said he looked different, like he was acting different. But she said it was Wrath.
Right. You're right.
Like he wasn't himself. He wasn't himself.
Like he was distant from her, as if like they had like no connection or whatever. Like she knew there was that underlying tension, and it was no longer there between them. Like that sexual tension, kind of like, I hate you, but I kind of like you. And when he came back, you're right. When he came back, he like acted as if he didn't know her, kind of thing. Right. He was just like, sign your name, your soul on the dotted line. Here you go.
I'll take you.
Pretty much. So you're right. I'm still thinking of, what was it? I think it was Envy who cut him, right?
Yeah, it was Envy.
Because if you hurt a prince of hell, I guess, like in the human realm kind of thing, it severely injures them, and then they go back to hell, and then it takes a longer process for them to like heal themselves. It's not like a quick fix kind of thing, right? Especially when they're injured by another brother. So that's what happened, and then that's why she was trying to summon Wrath, because she was like, she knew that protection spell, no matter what happened, if she needed him, he was supposed to answer to her. Yeah. But he kept not answering. And then towards the end of the book, he finally did. And then that's when we find out. So now she sacrifices herself to Pride to be his bride. And I'm like, bitch, how you engaged to two brothers? Does one trump the other? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Is she going to have like a slew of prince men now?
I mean, whatever, but she's really there because she's trying to figure out what happened to her sister, right? That's why she wants to go to hell. She wants to go there and open some rage on everyone that's down there.
Yes.
So that's why she doesn't really care that she's betrothed to any of these guys. I care too. I care.
I'm like, girl, how you
I care.
How you engage? And that's what I mean. So, like, does her engagement to Pride now, like, stop Wrath's? Because Wrath said that his was for life. Does that get answered in book 2?
It does get answered in book 2.
Okay. As long as it gets answered in book 2, I'm okay with it.
It takes a while in book 2, but it does get answered.
Okay.
Yes. So I
so
found
talk a little bit about book 2.
No, I found bonus chapters.
What?
So yeah. I don't know if they were like the Barnes and Noble edition or what kind of edition it was, but I was searching for it because that happens all the fucking time.
Right.
The bonus chapters were actually chapters that are in Kingdom of the Cursed at the very end. But the bonus chapters are chapters that the author had deleted from book 1. So they were Wrath's point of view. Yeah. So I read through, I think there were like 3 or 4. So, and it's not in the beginning. It's like chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 5. And I picked 2 different things that I thought was important. I guess.
Perfect.
So again, they're both Wrath's point of view. So do you remember? Actually, I'll tell you this first. So it's a scene where Pride is standing over a woman and she's dead. Her heart is ripped out. She's got dark hair, dark eyes, and a heart-shaped face. So I guess the prophecy says that the woman he's supposed to be married to or like to keep the balance in hell is supposed to have dark hair, dark eyes, and a heart-shaped face. So this is when Wrath decides to go and find these other witches so that they can come back. He can clear his name and roam free, and then Pride will bring balance in hell or whatever. So while they're having a conversation, it's Wrath, Pride, and this dead woman laying there. He gets like sucked away. He doesn't know what happens. Next scene is she like summoned him in the circle in the beginning of the book. So that's that. This other one was where we find out that Victoria is actually one of the witches in line to be Pride's wife. So you know how there was like a list of women?
Yes.
So she was next to be searched for, but when Wrath got to her and she was already dead, he noticed that she had an oval face. So he was like,
a heart-shaped face.
Right. So he was like, this can't be right. He runs, he sees Amelia run in, yell, he leaves, and the next scene is him back with Pride. And Pride is like, whatever. He's trying to tell him what happened. And he was like, you knew she was a twin, right? And he was like, whatever. And he said, I know who she really is. If you ever keep a secret like that from me, I'll destroy you. And at this point, he like, they didn't meet. This was when Amelia like scared him. He ran off and he was like, I know who she really is. Yeah.
How?
You should have read book 2. No, but honestly, in book 2, that part is kind of sketchy. Okay. Because I'm not really sure if it really answered that, who Amelia really is or whatever. But anyway, I'm not going to go deep into book 2, Kingdom of the Cursed. So basically, Amelia and Wrath end up in hell, right? So there's a lot of like traveling in the beginning because they need to get through the actual gates of hell and through these caves and whatnot. There's like this super like steamy scene in something called the Sin Corridor that I thought was fucking hilarious, and I cannot wait for you to read it because I was like, oh shit, this is steamy. Like it's this one's an adult book. This one's not young adult or new adult or whatever. Right. It's an adult book. But then something happens that's super hilarious. And I can't wait.
Okay.
I know, I want to talk to you about it. Okay. So yeah, she goes there and she basically has to live with Wrath until all of the princes of hell have to invite her to their house. So they basically throw a party, but she needs to wait to go there to be invited to their house, and then she can go to Pride. And throughout the whole book, she's getting invitations from different brothers except Pride. She meets like this, I don't know if she's like a witch or something, but she's like a healer who gives her a lot of good information. She has to find these different objects, like a mirror and then a tree where she can like carve it out, and if she puts someone's name in it, they're forced to tell her the truth, kind of thing. So this is pretty much the whole book, and there's only one part that I'm going to tell you that's really interesting.
Okay.
She goes to Gluttony's house. Gluttony, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Gluttony's house, and he's like doing, his party is like a hunt. You have to hunt for something. So he goes, oh, the horses are there, you can use one of those. And she was like, I've never ridden a horse before. And I don't know where I put the quote, but it's somewhere here, and I think I lost it. But it was something like, I find that the mind the body remembers more than the mind. So saying like she's ridden a horse before. She just doesn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
So she is somebody. I just don't know who. And I don't know if like she's like a reincarnated
right
first witch's daughter who died, or like I don't know who she is.
Soul got put into someone else.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually answer that. So that's why when he said, I know who she is, I was like, who is she? In this book, you get a lot of those little hints, like they know something, but they're not telling her. And then in the end, there's a cliffhanger.
Of course. Now, do you know if this is going to be a trilogy, or is this going to be like a big series?
I have no idea.
Hopefully not 7 books for the 7 sins.
I hope not, but I wouldn't care because they're actually really good.
Yeah, this really was good. Like I said, Wrath got me without even being like really in the book. Like just him being in the summoning circle, bickering and freaking fighting with her was so good enough for me. I loved it.
But he's more in the second book. Like he definitely has a presence in the second book.
That's good because I really liked him.
Me too. But it really was good. It was so like witchy, and it's perfect for the spooky season. Should definitely check it out. For sure.
I enjoyed it. We hope you guys give it a try because it is a really good book. It's a really good read. I really enjoyed it. One of the quotes that I wanted to, it didn't age well. Let me see.
All right.
It says, his annoyance joined mine in unholy matrimony. And that was before she
found out. Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, that didn't age well, but I didn't know that they were engaged either. But for some reason, I highlighted that one because I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny. And I was just like, oh my God, didn't she mention something? And then I went back. So yeah, it was a really good book.
It was.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you give Kingdom of the Wicked a try and give the series a try because actually book 3 is coming out October 3rd.
Sure. Sometime in October.
So that's why we read it, because we knew the next book was coming out soon and we wanted to be part of the hype with everyone else. And we really liked the story. Again, if you like Stella Rosa, I say give it a try. It was really good.
I won't show mine again because it was bad. Well, some people might like it if you like dry wine.
Yeah, no, but that was good. You gotta try that one. Yeah. I'll save it for later. But yeah, that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave us your comments and theories if you read Kingdom of the Wicked. We love your feedback. And yeah, that's it for this episode.
Bye.
Bye.